You know you can compete in the Legacy, Chris.
I'm too fat, don't worry.
Hi, you guys, Dave Mad Max 6. We're at the Mecca. We're actually inside today because it's a little chilly for Muscle Beach TV with my good friend Chris Menez. Chris, welcome to the show, man. Welcome back to the show. It's been a few years.
Thank you. It has been. It was about, what, 2011? Because I was competing in the Excalibur. God, it's been a long time.
And now you're back in as a promoter today, not as a competitor, and we're 6 days out from the second edition of the Ferrigno Legacy. Tell me what's going on, man.
Man, it's crazy. You know, we got so much lined up for you. You know, people are really figuring out what's going on. We have literally the best venue in America. It was awarded best venue in America. We've got these trophies that have become viral. People are saying they would rather have these than a Sandow. Not to insult anybody, but when you see them, these things are epic. You know, I've had pros be like, I think I'd rather have that Ferrigno trophy. Wow. You know, then the red carpet's big. We have our World Gym after party. Chris Cormier is doing a seminar. Of course, we give a free buffet to all of our competitors. We got 25 vendors, so you know, get your samples and all kinds of other cool stuff. I mean, man, this is going to be epic this year. We're just getting warmed up, you know.
Wow, Chris. We shot a little bit of a tidbit of an update on Muscle Beach last weekend, and I wanted to do a proper Muscle Beach TV interview today. And the reason why I want to do this little more in-depth of interview is because so many people are kind of like wondering, who is this Chris Menez guys, and why is it that, you know, this guy is coming into you know, the promoting game in bodybuilding, and where is he coming from, and why are you so successful at it? Give me a little bit of an idea of what your background is and why you're so good at this out of nowhere.
Well, sure. I mean, as you know, getting into the promoting world in bodybuilding is difficult. There's a lot of shows, and there isn't really room for a lot more. And for me to, what seems like I kind of came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden I'm putting on one of the biggest shows really in the country. And they're thinking, how did this guy prove himself? Where did he come from? But the fact of it is I actually put on the first event I've ever put on in my life when I was 14 years old. I put on literally a concert festival when I was 14. And very similar, I was writing press releases, I was calling newspapers, I was hanging flyers. We didn't have the internet then, so it was all analog. But yeah, I would literally make phone calls, I would send press releases, and then it went on from there. I had a band, I had long hair, I played guitar, and so I kept putting on these concerts. I got into theater, believe it or not. I did a semester of theater in college, decided theater wasn't for me, and finished with a business degree. And then after I got my degree in business, I went on to it's actually business with a concentration in ski resort management. So my background, ski resort management. And I went into a director of events job back in Vermont. And there we put on monster size events. The X Games had just happened, and that was the level of event we were putting on. One of my favorites was we had this huge big air. And to put in perspective how big air is, sometimes we would have a band under the jump, and the competitors would jump over the band. But one of my favorites was we brought in a hot tub, and we set the hot tub up under the jump, and I got all these models to sit in the hot tub while people are flying over, and every time somebody took off, fireworks went off. And finally the crowd's like, Chris, get in there, because you know, I was starting to work out a little bit. Like, Chris, get in there. So it ended up being this great picture in a Free Skier magazine with me, you know, doing a little ab shot, the models, a snowboarder jumping over my head. So, you know, and then I put on huge mountain bike festivals, brew festivals, you know, Oktoberfest, chili cook-offs. So I literally put on 5 or 6 events a week back in those days. So what happened then was I got into bodybuilding. I was already powerlifting at that time, winning all the powerlifting shows, but it's starting to hurt, and I wanted to do something to take it up another notch in the challenge level. And I did a couple bodybuilding shows, and with my events background, doing these very high-level events, I looked at what was going on and said, man, there's a huge opportunity to improve this. And I'm going to do what I can to contribute to this. I really want to honor the athletes. They worked, that's how I felt. I felt a little insulted, to be perfectly honest. I worked so hard to get ready for this event, and it was a pop-up stage. And
that's all I get?
Yeah, that's how I felt. And so I was like, you know, we all deserve more than that. And that's what I've been working for since 2011, which was the first Tahoe show. Even then, I rolled out this venue that nobody had ever seen before, and we've just grown that show to one of the biggest shows in California and Nevada until the Ferrigno Legacy came along, and making that even bigger, and really taking that background of mainstream events like ESPN style, American Skiing Company, and a business background, and applying it to a world where people, rather than starting in a business or events background and becoming a promoter, it's the opposite. They start as bodybuilders, so all they know is bodybuilding and the bodybuilding standard. And so that's the level of event they put on. So I did it opposite. Rather than being a bodybuilder first, then a promoter, I was a promoter first and then a bodybuilder.
Okay, that makes sense now. I'm sure people will understand more a little bit what's going on and why you organize those sort of events that's just kind of like over the top. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. And you know, like every good bodybuilder, we try to bring a better package year after year. And that's what I do is I sit back and just like you looking at your pictures and seeing, you know, my lats need to come up, my arms need to come up, or I need to be a little, I do the same thing after an event. And say, you know what, the trophies can be better, the MC can be better, the energy wasn't right. I mean, that's a big part of my branding is the energy and the tone and the way we write our Facebook posts and the way we make the memes. It's all part of the plan. It's all, we want you to feel like you're part of the family. We don't want you to feel like some old guy talking to you who doesn't relate. Like, we're in the trenches with you. You know, I just finished my workout. You just finished yours. I'm an NPC bodybuilder. You're an NPC bodybuilder. And I just happen to also be an IFBB promoter.
Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of the branding, speaking of the trophy, the medal, the prize, you brought some cool stuff today. So show us what you brought.
So we're gonna we'll start with the little stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we got
my shirt.
So this is for Dave, and it's one of our many pieces of new apparel. I actually have another piece on right now. This is a cool piece. Took on the old school logo. Now Lou Ferrigno Jr. drew this, and then we digitized it, and then I created the rest of it for the shirts.
That's so cool.
So we have a bunch of versions of this. You're going to see this old school Lou all over the show this year. He's becoming.
On the poster.
He's actually. This is the dude from the poster, and you're going to see him on the stage, and then the next place you'll see him, I'll show you. This is for you. Don't forget.
I won't forget.
Now I'll go up to the camera close on this one, but these are the medals. Now these are solid metal, you know, we don't mess around. This weighs a little bit over a pound. I'll get close with it so you can really see.
Wow.
That, again, old school Lou in there. And there's a lot going on. We brought in, these are native palms from Palm Springs.
Yep.
We represent the sun to show California. Yep. We have Joshua trees, which represent the Palm Desert. And this is the actual mountain skyline from Palm Springs. So it's all very meaningful what's going on. It has a story behind it. And, of course, old school Lou.
Oh, man, that's so cool.
Now you want now for the big surprise.
Yeah, we have to show the big surprise.
Right.
We hope this is in the frame, you guys. Oh, my God.
It's a little hard to keep in the frame,
wow.
But it gives you an idea of the actual size of it. Now, quickly, the story behind this, I've told it before, is I found the original sculpture on the internet in a forum. And I said, that's it. That's our trophy right there. And I tracked down the sculptor, and his job isn't sculpting. He's got another job that takes him, a lot of his day. And I said, bro, this has to be it. This is it. He's like, oh, maybe next year. I'm so busy. I'm like, it's either now or never. And so he made it happen. And we had to use his amazingly skilled friend Dan up in Maine. So we sent it from the Carolinas up to Maine to have these molded. And after they're molded, they got sent out to Santa Barbara in pieces. And there they were assembled, and then each one is hand painted. So, and a big part of the story is the plate. The plate is an original Ferrigno plate that we found on eBay, and we molded it, and then we customized the Live Your Legacy here on the bottom. And of course, we got Lou on there mounted from the 1988 film, The Hulk Returns. So if you Google 88 Hulk Returns, you'll see an image that looks a lot like this. And we'll get you nice and close there. So you can really see the detail in the face and every part of this thing. It's absolutely epic. And
what a masterpiece. And
you can't buy them. They're not for sale. Everybody wants to buy them. The collectors are all pissed at us because you have to earn it. I said, dude, start hitting the gym. Three years, you could get your own. Don't worry. And you'd have to sell this piece for $3,000-$4,000. I mean, nobody's going to be selling it. It's not going to be out there. You got to earn this thing. So.
Thank you for bringing it today.
Absolutely. Let me set it down.
Yeah. Well, Chris, how I mean, I can tell in your voice and your demeanor how excited you are about this competition, but this is just the beginning for you guys. I see this. It's grown so much since last year. I was actually at the first edition last year, and this year seems to be like. I mean, I can't wait to get there. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
I mean,
unbelievable.
what I'm excited about, this is the first time I've been a hotel general manager for a long time, and this whole year I haven't been. I retired from that position to be a full-time promoter, and that's really given me the opportunity to have the bandwidth to create the vision, or the first part, phase one of the vision. I know, I'm a one-man team, one-man wolf pack. I get a lot of support from the Ferrignos, but the nitty-gritty, I do the design work. I build the website. I'm the one answering the phone, the emails, you name it. So I'm out there 14 hours a day, and that's why I'm excited for this big thing. I've been working my ass off. It's much harder than competing. it's a real deal.
And you competed this year. That being said, you still competed. Looked tremendous.
I got 2 in this year. I'm hoping to get 2 in. And what's funny, I mentioned last time, one of the shows we both competed in, I'm going to be managing next year. Yeah. So that worked out okay. But yeah, the future of this, it is in Palm Springs now, and the reason for that move was because there's empty acreage all around it, and we're going to bring in a whole different style of an expo next year. We've already started to work with the Agua Caliente Indian tribe who lives on that land, and they are very excited about us, saying that we're going to be the fitness Coachella. They saw Coachella up there, the Coachella Music Festival start very small, and they've watched it grow into this incredible event, and that's what they're seeing the future of this being.
See the potential.
Exactly. So, the idea next year, if all things go well, the permits, the tents, we're going to have an outdoor expo, and we're going to have multiple sports, and I'm planning on moving up there so I can be right on site to make sure that everything goes perfectly.
And I think it's good that it's in November, because in Palm Springs, November, that's the perfect time to go.
It's
really cold here right now.
Yeah, it's cold here in Venice today. That's for sure. It's still I was just talking to the guys up there, and it's a little chilly there right now. Yeah. Hopefully, it's going to warm up for the World Gym Pool Party. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's always a little bit warmer up there.
Chris, thanks so much for coming today. It's always a pleasure to have you either on camera with Boyana, which she's around here somewhere. Yeah. Training or talking, about the Ferrigno or the Tahoe show. I really appreciate you being a big supporter of Muscle Insider, just like we are of yours.
Absolutely, I appreciate having you. I'm so excited to get you on the stage, seeing this package. Hopefully you get a little rest after this, but I think you might be a little addicted. I don't know.
I know, I love it. Yeah. Until the spring, we'll see.
Oh, we'll see. All right, then you'll be super heavy.
All right, guys, that's it. Dave Max said, Chris Menez, 6 days out from the Ferrigno Legacy 2nd edition, and then we'll see you back there. I'm competing. I'm going to do the behind the scene, of course. We'll have Big Lou and all these guys, and it's going to be a great event. So make sure to catch us online, and we're out.